In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on November 1st, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Sacramento Kings versus Atlanta Hawks. The Sacramento Kings, currently with a record of 2-2 and sitting in 8th place in the Western Conference, are gearing up to take on the Atlanta Hawks, who hold a 2-3 record and are positioned 9th in the Eastern Conference standings. This matchup is scheduled for November 1st at State Farm Arena, promising to be an engaging battle between two teams with contrasting recent results. The Kings are riding high on a 2-game winning streak, having recently defeated their opponents in a convincing 113-96 road win on Tuesday. In contrast, the Hawks are struggling to gain momentum, now on a 3-game losing streak after falling 133-120 to the Washington Wizards on Wednesday. The Kings are still dealing with some injury-related setbacks, as Orlando Robinson remains out. Meanwhile, the Hawks are facing a more challenging injury list, with key players like Dyson Daniels, DeAndre Hunter, and Bogdan Bogdanovic unavailable for this game. The Kings have shown some inconsistency in the early part of the season, with losses to the Timberwolves and Lakers tempering their success. Their 2 wins have come against weaker opponents in the Portland Trail Blazers and Utah Jazz, underscoring their need for more consistency. On the other side, the Atlanta Hawks will be eager to snap their losing streak and avoid dropping a 4th consecutive game, especially in front of their home crowd. Offensively, the Hawks possess enough scoring power to stay competitive with Sacramento, evidenced by their solid shooting percentage of 46%. They are also just a few points shy of the Kings in terms of points per 100 possessions, averaging 3.2 fewer. However, Atlanta has struggled defensively, particularly with guarding the perimeter. Their 3-point defense ranks last in the NBA. Fortunately for the Hawks, Sacramento has not been stellar from 3-point range, shooting just 34.5%, which places them at 20th in the league. Considering these factors, the Atlanta Hawks to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Both teams have been putting up strong offensive numbers in recent games, showing they have little trouble scoring. Sacramento has averaged 117 points across their last 3 games, while Atlanta has matched that pace, also averaging 117 points over their last 4 games. Their high-energy playstyles contribute to these numbers, with the Kings holding the 11th spot in pace at 100.88, while the Hawks play even faster, ranking 3rd in the NBA with a pace of 104.4. Sacramento ranks near the top in several offensive metrics, and Atlanta's defense has been exploited in their recent games, surrendering at least 120 points in 4 consecutive matchups. Last season, Sacramento averaged 120 points in 2 contests against the Hawks, further suggesting that offense could dominate this matchup. Atlanta's fast-paced play style continues to make them one of the league's top teams in tempo, currently ranking 5th overall. They have been especially productive on their home court, scoring at least 119 points in all 3 home games this season. In fact, Atlanta has scored 120 or more points in 4 of their 5 games thus far. Given the offensive firepower of both teams, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Los Angeles Lakers versus Toronto Raptors. This matchup brings an exciting interconference face-off as 2 teams in need of a win prepare to battle it out on the hardwood north of the United States-Canada border. The Los Angeles Lakers, currently in the midst of a road stretch, head north to take on the Toronto Raptors on Friday night. In their most recent outing on Wednesday, Los Angeles suffered a tough defeat, losing 134-110 to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and fell short of covering the 4-point spread as underdogs. Similarly, Toronto endured a high-scoring 138-133 road loss to the Charlotte Hornets on Wednesday night, though they managed to cover the line as 6-point underdogs. Historically, the Lakers have had the upper hand in this matchup, leading the all-time regular season series 33-22 and winning the last 3 games between these these teams. This includes a decisive 128-111 victory in Toronto during their latest matchup on April 2, 2024. Both teams come into this game with notable injuries. The Lakers continue to play without Christian Koloko and Jared Vanderbilt, while the Raptors are missing several key players, including Scotty Barnes, Emmanuel Quickley, and Kelly Olynyk. The absence of these core contributors has been particularly challenging for Toronto, especially on the defensive end, where they have struggled this season. The recent loss of Barnes on Monday night adds to their woes, as he was a significant defensive presence and playmaker. Quickley and Olynyk were crucial in last season's final stretch, and without them, Toronto's depth and defensive cohesion have suffered. Meanwhile, the Lakers have lost their last 2 games on the road but began the season on a strong note with 3 consecutive wins. Coming into this matchup as the healthier and arguably better prepared team, Los Angeles has a strong chance to bounce back, especially after a disappointing performance against Cleveland. Given these circumstances, the Los Angeles Lakers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. On the betting front, Los Angeles has seen the over hit in 3 of their 5 games last season, as they posted a 3-2 record against the over-under. The Lakers currently rank 11th in the league for turnovers, averaging 14.4 per game, and are 10th in tempo, with an average pace of 100.6 possessions per game. Toronto, meanwhile, has seen the over hit in 4 of their 5 games so far this season, showing a tendency for high-scoring affairs. The Raptors struggle significantly with turnovers, ranking last in the league by averaging 19 per game, while their pace is comparable to the Lakers, sitting at 11th with 100.4 possessions per game. With Toronto's defensive issues evident and both teams displaying solid offensive capabilities, a high-scoring game appears likely. Thus, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago Bulls versus Brooklyn Nets. The Chicago Bulls will travel to New York on Friday night to face the Brooklyn Nets at the Barclays Center in a competitive Eastern Conference matchup. Coming off a strong win over the Orlando Magic on Wednesday night, the Bulls hold a 3-2 record for the season and aim to build on their momentum. The Nets, with a slightly less favorable 2-3 record, are also riding the high of a recent victory, a road win against the Memphis Grizzlies on Wednesday. The Bulls head into this game without some key players, as Lonzo Ball has been ruled out, and Zach LaVine's availability is uncertain due to an injury. For the Nets, Bojan Bogdanovic will also be missing from the lineup. This matchup highlights the reality that the NBA is a league driven by star power, and while the Nets possess solid role players, they lack a true standout star. On the other hand, the Bulls can rely on LaVine, who is averaging 23 points per game and brings significant scoring power when he's on the court. Alongside him, Nikola Vucevic, with 20 points per game, and emerging guard Kobe White, averaging 19 points, form a trio capable of leading the Bulls to victory. Chicago's offense has shown consistency, averaging a respectable 114 points per game over their last 2 games, and they will be looking to exploit Brooklyn's 25th ranked defense, which allows 115 points per 100 possessions. Though it's still early in the regular season, with only 5 games played, the Bulls and Nets have both shown flashes of potential, particularly with wins over strong teams like the Milwaukee Bucks and Memphis Grizzlies. The Bulls' recent addition of Josh Giddey has been a smooth fit, bolstering their lineup effectively. Meanwhile, the Nets have leaned heavily on Dennis Schroeder, who has made an immediate impact in the early part of the season. Odds for this game likely reflect LaVine's uncertain status, with bookmakers slightly favoring the Nets in his potential absence. However, the Bulls have demonstrated that they are a stronger overall team, fresh off consecutive wins over formidable opponents like the Magic and Grizzlies. Brooklyn, however, has struggled this season and is generally considered to be among the league's weaker teams. They appear more focused on future prospects, amassing draft picks in a rebuilding effort. With this in mind, the Bulls appear to offer solid value as underdogs, particularly given their recent performances. Regardless of LaVine's final status, the Chicago Bulls to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Bulls currently rank 9th in the NBA in terms of scoring offense. However, this ranking may decline without Ball, who contributes considerably to their offensive flow. They managed to score just 102 points against the Magic on Wednesday night and struggled with their shooting efficiency. Overall, the Bulls' offense has not been particularly effective, ranking 25th in efficiency across the league. With Ball confirmed out for Friday's game and LaVine's status still unknown, the Nets may find opportunities to exploit Chicago's diminished offensive strength. Additionally, Additionally, the return of Nick Claxton gives Brooklyn a valuable presence in the paint, which could limit the Bulls' easy scoring chances. As a result, Chicago may once again encounter difficulties in generating offense. Interestingly, the Bulls have been quietly effective on the defensive end, allowing just 106 points per 100 possessions, placing them 5th in the league. This defensive strength could play a significant role on Friday as they face a Nets team lacking high-caliber scorers. Additionally, Brooklyn's 21st ranked pace this season, averaging only 101.4 possessions per game, suggests they may try to slow down the tempo to their advantage. Given these factors, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.